Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt. Come join us at our newest clinic location at Good Faith Wellness Center. We provide compassionate health care for your entire family, from virtual visits to office appointments. We're committed to providing the best care. We accept all insurances, and we provide monthly wellness plans. Let's start your family journey to a healthier, happier life. Schedule your appointment today, and remember, true wealth begins with good health. All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Greetings and Happy New Year. Welcome to another episode of Telehealth Tuesday. This is your go-to podcast for modern insights, modern healthcare insights, and wellness solutions. I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt, your host, and today we have a very, very special episode lined up just for you. Before we get started, I want to let you know that Telehealth Tuesday can be viewed on multiple platforms, including our YouTube channel, which is Dr. B TV. That's DOCTOR. The letter B is in boy, TV. And also our clinic information for Good Faith Wellness Center on Instagram and Facebook pages alike. Please make sure to follow, like, share, tag, and most importantly, to subscribe to this to help this amazing program. Now, before we get started as well, I want to let you guys know who we've got backstage. She's right there. She is rare. She is raring to go. I want to just tell you a little bit about this young lady. You all know her, Michelle Harris, as CHELLE'S Kitchen. Michelle Harris, a private chef from Crystal Springs, Mississippi, whose love for food is rooted in intention and excellence. From an early age, she learned what food was more than culinary expression, that it was a way to bring people together and create lasting memories. Grandmother and mother used food as love language, one that spoke boldly without words. Her culinary style blends elevated comfort with soulful, bold flavors, creating dishes that feel like home with a fine dining touch. Michelle specializes in thoughtfully curated menus that highlight quality ingredients, rich season, and intentional presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I want you to stand and cheer and welcome Michelle Harris of Chef's Kitchen. Give it to her. All right. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well.
All right. So glad to have you here. And you are, doing some amazing things in the community. I had to intentionally stop looking at your page because I hadn't eaten all day. Okay, the pizza just got delivered. I had to stop looking at all that delicious food you got.
Absolutely. I really appreciate that. Look, I get that a lot about the food. They're like, Shell, you post and we're scrolling and we just trying to eat and you up there just playing around posting.
Just playing around.
They say I be playing around.
Yeah, that's amazing. How was your Christmas and your New Year?
My Christmas and New Year was actually really good. Christmas was really busy. I was able to enjoy with my family, of course, after I finished up orders. I normally, when I do Christmas orders, I do Christmas Eve pickup. And so I did my Christmas Eve pickup orders, and Christmas Day I was able to spend it with my family. We just wore PJs, of course, so it was a comfort day, and so I had a really good time. And New Year's was amazing as well. I just kind of relaxed during New Year's because I made up my mind after Thanksgiving and Christmas I wasn't going to cook for New Year's.
You weren't going to do any of that?
No, I just wanted to relax. I was so tired.
I can imagine. You were busy with all the holiday folks, and once they say, "Hey, we got Shell's Kitchen," we don't have to worry about cooking. We got you right there.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. Now, can you hear us pretty good? I know it's just a little bit of interference there, but I turned the gain down a little bit. It was like a little hum.
Okay, yes, I can hear you well.
You can hear me well? Okay, we'll keep it there.
I can.
Well, tell me, Michelle, so it's so good to meet you, through these electronic means. Tell us, is there anything I left out on your bio? I'd love to hear from you, anything you want the audience to know about yourself and where you're from Crystal Springs, but what about, how did you train for that? Like the culinary, the cordon bleu, or you just had a knack for it? Tell us about yourself.
I honestly just had a knack for it, and it came from just growing up watching my grandmother and my mom in the kitchen cooking. I can't say that this is something that I felt like I would be doing full time. However, I thank God for just allowing me to be able to step into my gift and to step into my purpose and to walk in the purpose that He has for me. It's been
Amen.
challenging. However, I really enjoy what I do. And when I cook, I put all of my heart and soul on the table. I really do. And so it just came from watching them. Me and my mom is actually blind now.
Oh,
She's been
sorry to hear
blind
that.
since 2010. However, me and her used to do a lot of our family cooking. We started out with like my aunts and my cousins and my grandma and my mom. And then as everyone got older, it kind of fell on me and her. So they would just kind of pitch in financially. And then me and her would cook. And so once she lost her eyesight, of course, I was still doing my cooking or whatever. And
Hmm.
so after I lost my job, that's kind of when I stepped into doing it full time.
Wow. Now, and when was that? Like how many years ago? Was that during COVID?
This was actually in 2018. Now, I will be honest with you. It's like, and I want to be honest and I want to be transparent.
Yeah.
You'll have people to say, "Oh, well, you didn't go to school, or you didn't do this, or you don't deserve this." But I really truly believe in when God has given you something.
Hmm.
To me, He trumps anything,
Amen.
whether it's education, culinary school, whatever the case may be. I feel like if it's a gift that God has given you, now I know there are certain skills that you have to have, and I have worked with people, as far as the skills and stuff go. However,
Right.
I did not go to culinary school.
Okay.
This is just something that I've just been doing and that I've kind of perfected on my own. Of course, with the help of God, and then just kind of having a taste for what I want my food to taste like. Because growing up, a lot of stuff that I cook now, I didn't eat it.
Hmm.
But when I was able to cook it on my own, then I realized, okay, well, I can prepare this how I can actually eat it. So I may not have eaten it growing up, but now I eat it because I can make it taste how I want it to taste.
Mm. So and that makes a lot of sense. And like you said, sometimes experience is that's why they pay, folks with experience more money than newcomers. So even if you do have a degree from you went all the way over there, like I said, to the Cordon Bleu, or you went over there to France and studied with whoever those famous chefs are. But if you have no experience and you've never done anything, and then you got somebody else who had, like you said, who's been blessed and has a gift from God to do it, it's kind of like who is more valuable,
Right.
the person who's been doing it. So absolutely. There's a but, by the way. Now, are you
And
using?
I do have friends that have been, and I take notes from them and learn from them and help out as much as I can to even gain more knowledge as well.
Okay.
So
Okay, that's excellent. By the way, so are you on your phone with, or are you on the tablet, on a laptop?
I'm actually on my phone.
I wonder because it's just a little. If you say you can hear, there's a little settings button because like if you, it's like a little, looks like a little honeycomb or like a hexagon, and if you click the audio button, there's a thing that says echo cancellation and background noise reduction. I'm wondering if you're able to see it. I don't want to mess this up though. So like if you feel nervous,
So
we
I
don't.
see where I can go to settings.
You see
Hold on,
setting,
let me
okay, and
see.
then audio.
Um, Camera resolution, camera.
It
It
should
just
be,
says video. Oh, I see audio. Okay.
yeah. Click, see if there's a
So
background.
the echo cancellation is clicked already.
Okay, what about background noise reduction?
Background noise reduction is as well. The stereo input is the only one that's not clicked.
No, no, don't worry about that. Okay, we're good. We'll leave it then. It was just a little because it's kind of like a little in the background. But that's fine though. That's
Is
fine.
it real bad?
It's not real bad. I can, I've been doing this for a while, so I can just hear it. That's all. We've got, it's no problem at all. Calicia Patrice says, hello, beautiful. I'm so proud of you. Can you see the
Oh, I
comment?
love you, Kalisha. She is, oh my gosh, she is amazing. She is amazing.
Yes,
One of my
absolutely.
top supporters, and she is always very encouraging.
That's so, and that brings me to another topic, and then we'll get to, I know you had some prepared some thoughts some things you wanted to discuss, but, just in this new season, 2026, like you're just saying, having somebody that's always one of your top supporters. Even on the when you and I were sharing the flyer and sharing the reel and the story. And I saw on your page, you had like what 60, I don't even know how many now, 60 or 70 comments back and forth. Hey girl, we support you. We're so happy. And people doing all the little heart things. And so, some of them I was on there liking. And so that's amazing. It's so important to have people that support you, especially in this day and time and through the holidays.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it keeps you going because on this journey, there are times when you feel like you want to give up, and then somebody will come and they'll say something to you that you just needed to hear, and that's your
Mhm.
motivation to keep going.
That's right. Have there ever been times, I mean, is there anything that you might want to let the audience know? Because, from what we see on the outside, man, you've got beautiful pictures, you've got amazing food, and, everything is, of course, all positive. But is there anything that you might want the audience to know where you've gone through a trying time? I know there was something that you messaged me. You could even maybe go into that now. That was a trying time for you, and you had to get through it with God's help, of course, and get to where you are now. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. So, um, this was back, if you're talking about the job loss that kind of
Hmm.
catapulted me into
Yeah.
doing this more so, because when I was working in banking, and I was in banking full time, love my job, love my customers, but even then I feel like God was building my character and being able to work with people and deal with people under different types of circumstances. And
Hmm.
so when I lost that job in 2018, although I did not understand the depth of it, I feel like God had a purpose and a plan for me. He knew that I wasn't going to leave on my own because I
Hmm.
enjoyed working there. Um, and so when they let me go, there were some tears shedded, but
Hmm.
those
I
same
know.
people turned around and supported my business. And so I'm truly thankful for that. Like, I could go to this day, and the ones that I work with, they're still always asking me, how's business going? When you gonna bring us some food? They have
Hmm.
always been supportive ever since I left in 2018. And so I'm truly grateful for that. I did not understand then, but I understand it more so now because sometimes we get stagnant and we get comfortable in the now that we don't want to see anything further along. But see, where we can only see right here, God sees further than that. And because he sees farther than that, he knows what our next measure and what our next steps are going to be. And so I just thank him that even in that, he ordered my steps. Because when I lost my job one day, I was cooking the next day because in my mind I knew I could cook. I knew I could cook. And
Hmm.
so that's one thing I knew I could do. And I was like, you know what, let me just go, because I was doing it anyway, getting on work, cooking, doing orders, on weekends doing orders. I remember coming home one day and I almost cut my thumb off, literally had to go to the ER and get 10 stitches because I'm rushing trying to do a fruit tray.
Oh, what happened now? Because it was cutting out a little bit. You had to get stitches. Because what happened?
Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you. Just it's going out just a little bit. It's probably the internet.
Okay. Okay. So I was basically saying that even when I worked in banking, I would still come home and cook on the weekends as
Hmm.
well as after I would get off work in the evening sometimes. And one particular evening I was rushing. I had come home because I had a 6 o'clock order. And so the bank didn't close until 5 o'clock. And then you got all the logistics stuff that you have to do after the fact.
Hmm.
And so when I came home to do the fruit tray and I was rushing, never got finished with the fruit tray because I had to be rushed to the ER because I almost cut my thumb off.
Oh my! Oh
I
my
had to
God!
get 10 stitches, yes.
Wow! How
It was
long ago?
terrible.
My goodness! How long ago was
Yes.
this?
So I'm gonna tell you something else, Dr.
Okay.
Mike.
Okay.
Since I've been on this journey, everything that could have stopped me has tried.
Hmm.
And that further lets me know that I'm where I'm supposed to be. And I can name a plethora of things that has happened every year to try to get me off track. And God continues to remind me that this is where I want you at. And people don't realize If nothing is going on in your life, if everything is going smooth sailing, you might need to check yourself.
Wow.
Because if you're on the right track, something is gonna try to throw you off.
Hmm. I think we need you to hear you say that for the people in the back. Can you say that
For
one
the
more
people in the back, if
one more
you're
time?
on the right track, something is gonna come along that's gonna try to throw you off. If you're in a position where absolutely nothing is going wrong in your life and everything seems to be smooth sailing, you might need to check yourself because I feel like this. I know the enemy don't like me. I know he don't care about me. So with that being said, things are going to happen. And if I'm doing everything that the enemy wants me to do,
Mm-hmm.
why would he bother me?
Mm. You know, I'm so glad. I'm honestly, even personally glad you shared that because, people think that as people who have it, they think we have it all together and say, well,
Absolutely.
yeah, somebody who's a chef, doctor, or lawyer, or whatever a person is, a teacher, a professor, or engineer. They say, oh man, and they see you walking around, you got a smile on your face, you got some nice threads that you're wearing, and they say, oh, he or she must be doing well. And you must be doing well, especially with what you do for a living. But they don't know that sometimes you might just have a poker face inside. You might be going through turmoil. And I know personally firsthand, a lot of only the people that I'm, really close to know that what I've personally gone through. And it's crazy that you would think, even especially in the healthcare field, man, jobs are plentiful. People are needing doctors and nurses all over the country, all over the world. And you would think it's so easy, but it's not. And especially in the South. Yeah, and don't even start with the sometimes racist stuff and being in the South where you can get blacklisted and it's hard to get. And sometimes we're struggling and people would never know. They think you got it all together and you don't.
Absolutely. They're on the outside looking in, and sometimes they're hating a life or envying a life that may not even exist. You don't know the struggles that a person has to go through to get where they are. So sometimes it's not good to be on the outside looking in and assuming that everything is okay or that that person has it all together because things are going to come up. Things are going to happen. We're going to be misunderstood. We're going to be misjudged. All of those things. And it's funny that you mentioned that about healthcare because my mom is blind, so I'm a caregiver as well. And so
Hmm.
being in the hospital, the times that she's been in the hospital and sometimes how it is in the hospitals where they may not do what they need to do as far as their job goes to make sure that patient is taken care of.
Well, yeah,
And somebody needs someone there who's going to advocate for them. I tell anybody, don't ever drop your family member off and just leave them. You stay there or you make sure somebody is in position to be there with them to make sure that they get the best care that they need and that they deserve.
that's
Because
right.
some people are just there for a paycheck. They're not there because they're compassionate and loving in what they do. So,
And that's another. You brought us to another thing, man. I don't know how many times I'm gonna try my best not to get on my soapbox, but it just burns me up. I would see these folks, and it's doctors, not just the nurses, doctors too, who are completely out of their depth, out of their scope. They have no business doing this, and it's like, why in the hell would you choose like a service industry job? Like, even though we say healthcare, but it's the service industry because this is
you're serving.
yeah, we are providing service to the community, and yeah, it's a good. Doctors make good money, and nurses make good money, and they can become travel nurses and CRNAs and anesthetists, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, if you don't have the heart for it, there are so many other things that you can do to go and make money. I mean, you could sit and just stay on Instagram and throw some pictures up and be an influencer and make 10, 15 grand a month. So it just burns me up when I see these folks who not only is it out of their scope, but they don't like what they're doing. They hate their job, and you're coming and bringing that energy into the room with the patients, and it shows. And sometimes it leads to their death.
It does.
You
It
know?
does. And it because you're so focused on yourself and what you have going on that you neglect the person before you. Sometimes you have to put especially when you're doing a service. You have to put your needs and your wants and your desires and yourself aside for a moment to provide that service or to make sure that person is good. So if I show up to your event and whether I may just be coming in to set up, I may be coming in to drop the food off, I may be coming in to set up and serve. But even with that, I have a due diligence that I have to make sure that my client knows when I come in that they are taken care of and they don't have a care or worry in the world. And
Mm,
that's where the passion comes in. Now, I'm not going to tell you there have not been mistakes along the way. I'm
mhm.
not going to tell you there have not been hiccups along the way, because a lot of the work that I do it solo. I do have a team of friends and people that help me when help is needed, but there are times when it's just me and nobody shows up. And so
Yeah.
during those moments, I still have to give it my all. And
Hmm.
it's like I said, is it always easy? No, but I love what I do and it brings me joy. The joy comes when I know that I've helped someone make their load lighter. They didn't have to prepare the food, they didn't have to grocery shop, they didn't have to do none of that. And then they can enjoy a nice meal and I can see how my food affects their taste buds. Like that matters to me.
Yeah, that's the truth. It's truly a ministry. What you're doing. It
Absolutely.
truly is a ministry. And one other thing I'd like to go back to what we were just saying. You talked about never just leave your loved one there, and that was happening all the time when I was a full-time hospital doctor. Like you would just see somebody dropping off their elderly parent or grandparent, and it's like the person has dementia or maybe they do have vision problems or hard of hearing, and they're elderly and they can't get around, and so the family members who are being selfish, they're just sick and tired of taking care of mom, grandma, and so they say the hell with it, and we just gonna dump
Hmm.
them off and drop them off at the ER entrance, and they're gone, and you can't even call these people, and you don't know what to do, and when it comes to making decisions, and so it's just so important. um, it's so important to have somebody like you said to be there to really advocate for you, and so I think that's what's missing today, and I think we're all rushing. Unfortunately, you almost severed your own thumb in society today. Yeah, we're so busy rushing to do anything. Nobody stops to check on. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Everybody's texting, nobody's talking, and that's why we end up in where we are today.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So tell us, when you lost that job at the bank, unfortunately, how were you feeling? Like, take us through how that day was for you. Like, what were you going through?
So if I could go back, and I know that my old boss, she follows me on social media.
Okay.
Um, However, I'll be honest and I'll be transparent and I'll be open. I can remember going to work that day, just like a regular work day. She cried all day long. She stayed in her office all day long with her blinds closed. And I remember, I don't even know if she remembered, but I remember us messaging each other. We had instant messenger on our
Hmm.
computers at the bank. And so I remember us instant messaging each other all day, because I was trying to check on her, make sure she was good, because I didn't know if she was having issues outside of work,
Hmm.
what was going on. I did not have a clue. Well, around 3 p.m., that was when I got called in the office, and it was about a write up about a mistake or something like that, that I had made, of course. And so I wasn't the first one had made mistakes. A lot of people had made mistakes. So at that point, I did not understand. However, when I left that day, I was so humiliated.
Hmm.
Because in your mind, you're like, well, what are people going to think? What are my customers going to think? It
Hmm.
wasn't even so much at that time the money. I was worried about all of these people that I love seeing every day. What are they going to think?
Yeah.
You know? And so I walked away. I remember coming home and I was telling my mom, what happened that particular day or whatever. I was telling her what had went on, how it
Hmm.
transpired. And I remember the first thing she told me, why you won't call HR? And I told her, I said, no, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to
Hmm.
leave that alone. I'm going to leave it to God. I'm gonna leave it to God. And
Mm.
that's just my mentality when it comes to a lot of stuff. Now, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes we get in the flesh.
It's hard.
And we want to, that old person wants to
Oh
arise.
yeah.
However, with age come maturity and growth, and when you learn better, you do better. Are there gonna be times you're gonna slip back and somebody gonna have to put you in check? Like,
Hmm.
Shaya, that ain't you. Stop it. Don't do this. Like, you're better than this. And so in those moments, I'm thankful even for my friends and people that'll pull me back and chastise me and say, because they know I'm gonna do the same for them, and they'll say, Shell, we're not gonna do this. And so I was hurt in that moment. I was frustrated. But again, I said, I knew one thing I could do. I had a gift, and that was to cook. And people liked my food because they was eating it for free before I ever started selling it.
Yeah.
I
Right.
was giving plates away.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I just hopped into what I was doing. And I'm going to tell you this, my boss called me. I was fired in September,
Mm.
and she called me in December to come pick up my Christmas gift.
Wow.
And people are like, okay,
Wow.
she not only did she do that,
Wow.
she turned around and she ordered food for the entire bank from me,
Wow.
paid me to do it, tipped me. All of my coworkers started reaching out to me. I can remember some of them saying, Shell, you better not ever go look for another job.
Hmm.
This You're supposed to be cooking. I know this is where you want to be, but they encouraged me even on that journey, like, you have a gift.
Mm.
So step into your gift and your passion. And so I'm already in my mind doing this, but it's just and we still, like, I still talk to all of them, not on a daily basis, but if I
Yeah.
go in there, it's no bad blood, no blood loss. It's still just, when I see them, it's still love.
That's amazing. So with
And
your,
one of them I still
oh,
talk to practically, often.
that's amazing.
Yep.
Can you think so? Okay. You had said that your boss at the time was in there with the blinds closing. What was she so upset? Was she so upset because was she the one who had to deliver the news to you that day?
She was the one who delivered the news to me. I don't know if
Hmm.
that's what the issue was,
Yeah.
because I blamed her at the time. I was upset with her at the time because of how things went prior to me losing the job, because I felt like I was picked on for months before I ever left.
Mm.
I felt picked out to be picked on. Um, and I remember one day I called my dad. I didn't share this part because I was gonna leave it out until you just asked it.
Okay.
And I remember one day I called my dad. I said, if I leave here, like if I quit, can you make sure I'm good till I find something else? And he told me, he said, he already knew what was going on because I had been telling him every day. And
Hmm.
he told me, he said, if you can't hold out, I got you. But if you can hold out until you find something else, then just try to stick it out. And so that went on for like 3 months prior to me being fired. And so once I got fired, then that's when I stepped into this. And sometimes now it's hard for me to tell that story. It wasn't hard at first, but once you get to a place of forgiveness
Hmm.
and you're no longer holding a grudge, it's like you find it hard to bring up those old memories because you don't
Yeah.
want to make the other person feel bad, or you don't want, but it's a part of my story. So it's a part of my story, and it may help somebody else.
Yeah, no, I'm so glad that you did share that because whatever we go through, I feel like there's somebody else in the country or in the world that needs to hear that, that's going through that. And again, they wouldn't think
Exactly.
that, yeah, when they look at you, when they see the success, like I said, I go to your Instagram, the Shell's Kitchen, and again, like I said, I'm trying not to even think about it too much because I'm getting hungry and salivating, thinking about it all over. So you're looking at
You
that.
done brought me on this show. I owe you some food.
Oh, look, hey, look, if my mom is, look, let me see, she normally puts something on there. I don't know if she might be resting. She normally will say, Lily James is watching, but I'm going to definitely tell her because she lives up here with me in Mississippi. Look, you heard it first. I'm going to say, go back and watch so you'll be a witness that she said it. She's doing, she going to do dinner. So, Yeah,
She
we're
gonna make sure I
definitely gonna
have
hold
some
you.
food. I got you though, Dr. Mike. I got you.
I really appreciate it. I'm gonna. Can I make requests, or you just gonna do something, or can I make requests?
Look at you. You rubbing it in now. You're doing a little too much right now.
All
Now
right,
just messing with you.
all
No,
right,
you can make your request known. You can.
all right. I appreciate it. There's some with macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
We
So are
needed
you a soul food guy?
soul food is good. I like pretty much
Oh,
everything. I just don't eat pork. I don't eat.
these country people, Lord Jesus, I be saying, and I know I sound country right now, but like my family can go on a trip and I told my mom and her siblings, y'all were ruined because I don't want to go to a buffet every time we go somewhere.
Right.
They
Yeah,
want soul food everywhere we go. And I'm like, can we please eat something different?
eat something different. Yeah, hey, I'm open to it. This is like I said, anything but pork. But hey, Brussels sprouts, salmon,
Oh, I
macaroni,
love Brussels sprouts.
yeah, green spinach, all that. But we'll talk about it. That sounds. But that's a good
I
segue.
got you.
Let's talk about that. So, what separates Shell's Kitchen, um, from I guess another person's just regular, straight up home cooked meal, or they can go to some of the places because there's good food in Jackson and in this state. There's got some
Absolutely.
good food here. So when you think about what you offer in Shell's Kitchen, what do you feel like it is that you're truly known for? What is your niche?
Whew, that's a good question. I
Yeah.
feel like, and I hope that this answers your question. I feel like when like I said earlier, when I cook and I prepare food, it's a difference. You got a lot of people that can cook.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people that can cook. I had an aunt that could cook, and I didn't even know she could cook because she didn't like to cook, but her food was actually good.
Hmm.
But when I cook, baby, it's gonna be some real love in that food, and you gonna know it in every single bite because of the seasoning, the flavor, the taste. I feel like that's what separates me because, and I'm not saying I'm no better than nobody else because I support other businesses and love
Mm.
eating other people's food as well. But another thing too is with me, especially if I actually have to show up, you're not just going to get food, you're going to get an experience with me. And it's going to be something that you're going to be able to walk away and remember for many days to come.
Mm.
And when you taste it,
Hmm.
I can guarantee you, you're going to still be thinking about it.
I said she now Kalisha sound now I'm salivating. Kalisha Patrice now I'm salivating on them. Nothing like- Look, we're gonna put this
I,
together, Kalisha. We're gonna put this together soon. Okay.
oh, absolutely. I didn't
Um,
get to share it because I was trying to get on. I thought I was going to actually be able to come directly, I guess, to Facebook, and you was going to invite, like, send me an invite. And I was playing around on there for a minute, but anyway, then some said, go check your Instagram. That's why, yeah,
oh yeah, and then it sends an email from this thing. Email.
exactly.
But I think what some other guests have done, like they'll take the live, the link to mine on Facebook, and then they'll share that from like you share from your page, and then that gets more, So even if
Right, but I didn't get to because it's probably too late now, huh?
no, you probably if you want to, you can go to your Facebook and like go to my
I didn't
page.
want to interrupt your
But yeah, if you think it's gone by, yeah, we better not. Okay, there she is. My mom's there. She is. Lily James is watching. I heard about the
Oh, there
offer.
she goes.
Yeah, free. I heard about the offer for the free meal, and I'm looking forward to it.
Not you got your mom on here listening, taking notes now. Hey, Miss Lily James.
That's it. That's why. See, look, that's why we love live TV. Live. Matter of fact, let's take a pause for the calls and do a quick commercial break. I want to let you all know that this is Telehealth Tuesday. This is your go-to podcast for modern insights and wellness solutions. We are here with the incomparable Michelle Harris of Shell's Kitchen, the owner and proprietor, and we are talking about all things well, I wouldn't even say healthy eating because sometimes it's not healthy, but we're just talking about good eating. We're talking about comfort food. We're talking about how that impacts your overall health, and then we're relating it as well to some other things with the holiday, including depression. So people eating comfort food during the tough times and holidays while they're depressed, it makes you feel good. But then I'm going to add the part where we're going to talk about what that does to your hypertension and diabetes. So we'll get to that a little later. So just wanted you all to
Absolutely.
know, yeah, that is what we're doing. So let's get right back into it. We've talked about where you're from. We talked about the fact that you're a caregiver for your mother as well, which I know what that feels like, and that that is a lot. And then you're also holding down your own company, which is CHELLE'S Kitchen. Um, and for those of you who are just joining us, Michelle let us know when she was terminated, she was fired from the bank, and it was something that almost nearly just took her out. She was just devastated, but she was able to bounce back. The good Lord brought her back and brought her and elevated her. And now her old boss at the bank, immediately a few months later, was ordering food from Michelle's business for the entire bank. How about that?
And tipping me too.
That's a testimony. That's a huge testimony.
Hi, Miss
Um,
Lily.
so let's talk about that. So with the cooking, like, so do you have any tips for us? Like, because let's say when somebody's trying, I always notice that when people are doing, scrambled eggs and they can make them so fluffy and like perfectly yellow, like when certain people make eggs, they come out so, and somebody had told me where you add a little bit of milk to it. And I tried that, and it did make it look like better, look fluffy. But what is it? And then somebody said egg beaters. I said, oh, no way, no way.
So listen,
All right.
I will say this. I like heavy cream versus milk. So I take and put a little heavy cream. I use salt and I use white pepper because I don't want to see black pepper in my eggs.
White pepper.
White pepper,
Never,
brown white pepper.
never seen it. I've never.
So, and I put just a little bit of heavy cream in there. Now, I will say this: you do not have to have the heavy cream to make fluffy eggs. If you whisk them enough
Hmm.
until you start seeing bubbles in them,
Hmm.
as you're whisking, just keep whisking until you see all of these little tiny bubbles. Put you some oil in a non-stick pan and use that. You can still make fluffy eggs without the heavy cream.
Oh, okay, but that cream just kind of gives it
It
that.
gives it that, it's like it gives it that oomph that it needs.
Man, that's good. I tried to get Joycelyn Lachey on here, the one get the owner on the line, 0 to 10.
Yeah.
But she was
She's funny. She is
uh,
so funny, hilariously funny.
yeah, she's something else. We had her on here. It was that 4 or 5 episodes ago. We had her on
Okay.
here. Yeah, so we was talking to her about that, and so I'm sure she said has she given you a 0 to 10 rating? And
She
she has she
has not tried my food.
she hadn't tried it.
She has not tried it. She
We're gonna.
tried.
I think we need to do a joint event, and we'll
So
bring.
we're gonna have to get the owner on. Well, I'm the owner, so we're gonna have to get Joycelyn Lachey on the line.
Yeah, that's right. Get on the line. That's right.
Get her
Uh,
on the line.
Absolutely. So, what about, since we are talking about this is Telehealth Tuesday, when you do have some customers that do need some restricted salt or restricted carbohydrate diets, diabetics and people with poorly controlled high blood pressure. Um, I can't remember if I asked Chef Poe that. Do you know Chef Poe with the big hair, the red hair? You
I've
know?
seen her on here before with the red hair.
Yeah, yeah.
Not on your particular podcast, but I've
Hmm.
seen her on social media before.
Okay.
I don't know her personally, but I've seen her on social media before.
Okay. Well, we had an amazing show. We were just coming off of a weekend over at Good Faith Wellness Center where we had the Good Faith Wellness Reset, and we had Pilates. We had Thick Chick Pilates. We had Xavion Burns with Z Fitness, and we had Chef Poe, who made us some amazing jackfruit tacos. and she had like a vegan salsa and some mango. It was really interesting. And she was saying this is a great healthy kind of substitute and using jackfruit instead of meat at all. So I found that
Hmm.
fascinating.
I've heard of the jackfruit before because I got a friend that
Hmm.
I don't know if she still uses it, but she used to use it a lot when she was on her weight loss journey.
Hmm.
And so I've heard of it, but I've never actually tried it.
Yeah, it was and you know she hooked it up with some onions and some I guess some garlic and so oh man she had that place smelling good. But it you know it's all on our page and we got a lot of
So you
reels.
couldn't tell that it wasn't meat.
The texture was a nice texture, like it was almost like some type of seafood. Like so, I suppose if a person wasn't really paying attention and if she wasn't announcing, you know, that it's a jackfruit, maybe yeah, maybe you would think it was some mahi or something, you know, like of that
Okay.
consistency. Yeah, yeah, it was delicious. But I brought all that up to say, uh, you know, when especially when I had on the show and she and Z they had an interesting dialogue. We're kind of going back and forth on do people need to completely abstain from soul food or is it okay to have it and just be temperate in it, like meaning can we just have it one day a week? Or because one guest was saying one thing, the other guest was like, oh no, this soul food is bad. You need to get off of it. You can't have it. So how do you what are your thoughts on that? And then do you have any healthy options that you do for people?
I feel like that you can have it. It's just a matter of what you put in it. So like
Okay.
if you like greens versus putting like the pork in there, maybe put you some smoked turkey in there. However, you do not have to have meat. If you season it real well, without heavily seasoning it with too much salt. If you use your spices and your herbs and put you some bell pepper and onion in there, you can make it healthy. Maybe use a little chicken broth. You can make it healthy versus unhealthy. Now, as far as I go, I do offer meal prep.
Oh, you do? Okay.
However, people are not consistent when it comes to meal prep.
The
I
people
don't care how good it is. And sometimes my customer will eat all of theirs and like they may get a week's worth and it'll be gone in 2 or 3 days. They'll eat it all. And then now they're back to
really,
yes.
so they're just not, yeah, they're not sticking with the program.
They're not sticking with the program and the portions and because they don't realize a part of meal prepping is to proportion your food as well. You
Hmm.
know, if you're gonna meal prep and still eat this and what I healthy meal prep because some people meal prep because they don't want to have to cook and it's not healthy. But if you're
Right.
doing healthy meal preps, a part of meal prepping and eating healthy, and I know I ain't one to talk because I don't, look at me. You can say I like to eat, but a part of it is portion control.
That's right. That's right.
And so they'll fix the healthy food and still overeat it. I had a friend one time, he was telling me his doctor said, well, you're eating the right things, you're just eating too much of it. So
Hmm. Right. Exactly. So when you so do you have like a lot like a lineup or a specific menu for that, like a salt restricted, say you know, certain menus in there where you already have either vegetarian options or vegan options. Do you have those options as well
I
on your
don't
menu?
do vegan at all.
Okay.
I have not tapped into vegan at all. I'm
Okay.
I'm trying to steer clear of vegan.
Okay.
Cause I feel like I'm gonna stay in my lane. I'm gonna leave that for the other people.
Mhm.
It is funny that you asked that because somebody DM me today and asked me about vegan options. So
Wow.
it's just funny that you said that. But yeah, I have an actual menu that I use, and so they get to choose their protein, their carb, and their veggies. Now, if they don't want to do any carbs, now we do have like the healthier carbs, like the sweet potatoes, that kind of stuff. However, if they don't want carbs at all, and they just want to stick to like the protein and the veggies, like if they're on a low carb or a no carb diet, they
Hmm.
have that option as well. But they get to
Okay.
choose. I have a list of proteins on there. I have a list of carbs on there, and I have a list of veggies on there. I also ask them whenever they request meal preps. I ask them, do they want to stick to what I do, and that's do light seasoning, because I season my food. I'm heavy with seasoning it when it comes to my food, because I want my food to taste good and taste like, I don't want it to be salty, but I want it to be good and flavorful. And so I'll ask them, do you want light seasoning or do you want regular seasoning? And I just kind of piggyback off of that. And so if they say light, I'll kind of use something like pink Himalayan salt, um, of course, black pepper. And then I'll use like the different herbs and stuff, the Tabitha Brown seasoning, Mrs. Dash. But I do try to incorporate some sodium in there unless they ask for no sodium at all.
Okay. Kalisha says you can overindulge in anything. I have helped treat patients with water toxicity. Right, even too much water can be bad. That's true. I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of people say, my mom used to say, you look mighty funny, saying, well, you don't eat this, you don't eat that, and you end up dying from nothing. So my mom would always talk about that, like, for the folks who say, well, they don't eat this, they don't do that. And man, it's crazy that definitely too much water, or even oxygen, if you believe it or not, too much oxygen, or if it's going the wrong place, can be deadly as well. So I guess my mom always said, you're going to die from something. I think we're getting some connection issues.
I'm still here. Can I grab my charger?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, go for it. Yeah, please do.
Yes.
Yeah, go for it. So I want to let you guys know, we're almost to the end here, man. I can't believe how this has passed so quickly. This is live show, folks. So I thank you all for all the participation over here with the comments. I want you guys to know that we're here for you. And so if you guys have any questions for Chef, now is the time. If you got any questions for me about hypertension, diabetes, Ozempic, whatever it is, we're here for you. And Chef is here to talk about what she's doing. If you all need to know where you can pick up orders, what else she has for you, or whatever it is, there's no question that's off limits. We're not here only to talk about food. And so if you have a question, or even just about your own health, again, now is the time. So you guys ask away. Questions, comments, concerns, all are welcome. And on the Instagram side, I'm looking over here. We've got a few new folks that have been in and out. I think we're kind of delayed on the Instagram side. My frat brother there, Cordell, was there. Pastor Fields. So I don't know if he's still there. Mom has a question. You can still hear us there, Chef? You can hear it? Turn the gain down there. Mom's saying, where do you pick up your meals? Let me turn that down while she's getting ready. Where do you pick up your meals if you have her meal prep for you? Okay, so we'll have to let her answer that one. Alicia, I need delivery. Said TNT. Who TNT still delivering? Who's TNT? Who is TNT? I don't know what's going on Instagram. Can y'all hear me in Instagram land? Somebody put a comment in there. Can y'all not able to?
Okay, I'm back, but I think I've lost the voice.
Okay, there you are there. Okay, I see you. We see you there.
Can you see me?
No, we can't see. Now I can see. Yes, now I can see you. Can you hear me?
Okay.
You can hear me?
I couldn't see myself, so I was like, can he see me?
Oh yeah, we can see. You can see. Can you see yourself?
I can't hear you though.
You can't hear me? Check the audio button. Make sure your phone is not muted, or you may have to go out and come back in. Come back in. Yeah, and then come back in. Yeah. Let's see if we can. Okay. She's going to come back in and join us. You guys stay right there. Chef is going to be right back. She's coming. She had to go out and come back in, so we make sure the audio, when she can hear. Kalisha, they are a local service that delivers from our amazing chef around town. Or can you? How about there, Chef? Can you? Zach, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem.
I'm sorry I had to step away.
No problem at all. No apology necessary. Look, it happens just about every Tuesday, so it's no problem. But you can hear us.
I was getting tired of feeling bad. Like, girl, why did you do that?
Oh yeah, no, it's no problem at all. Can you hear me? I think it's can you hear me? There's a little delay there. Okay, you said we can. Okay, there we go. I don't know why we testing on the Instagram side. I don't know why we can't. Okay, we can hear. Um, yeah, I don't know. Chef's having some what's wild royale. All right, what's going on? Good to see you. Welcome to Telehealth Tuesday. I think we're just having some connection. I think she went out again. She's going to try to come back in. But again, we are here live with Chef Michelle Harris of CHELLE'S Kitchen. And so you guys stay right there. We're going to do another 10 minutes. Okay, she's back and to the scene.
Okay, I couldn't hear. It went out again, so I went back out.
Okay, how's that now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, perfect. She said, so let's see, let's go back. Mom says, where do you pick up your meals if you do the meal prepping? Or do you deliver?
If I do the meal prepping, I can either bring them to you or meet you somewhere. Okay. Or you can come to Crystal Springs.
No.
What that mean? What that mean, Dr. Mike?
I know my mom's order because see, I'd be the one tasked with coming to get them. So if you do deliver,
that's why you're shaking your head. Don't do that. Crystal Springs is not that far.
It's not that bad. It's not bad at all.
No.
Terrell T, what's going on, TC? Terrell Moses, man. You know Terrell Moses, good friend of mine who's he's gonna put his head down in humility, but he's sang all over the world. Just came back from California doing a big show for New Year's. So shout out to Terrell Moses and his beautiful wife. And then Wild Royale, she said, that is my beautiful sister. Wild Royale.
Hey, Tawana.
That's the one. Folks got these names on here. There's with AI that's Ashley Ficklin. She joined us.
Wow, Roy. That is not her name.
Yeah, I was like, who is AI Ficklin? And it's like she was like Ashley, a few weeks ago. And then we've got Kim Williams that's just telling you a big shout out.
Hey, Kim. Look, I snuck and shared it real fast because I forgot to update everybody. And so I snuck and shared it when I was getting my charger.
Oh, so you shared the live?
I did.
Perfect. Yeah, because I saw the numbers go up some. Yeah. Well, that's perfect. We'll hang out a little bit for you guys. If you're okay, Chef, to go until about 10 more minutes, about 8:10. Is that okay with you?
Of course, I'm good. I don't have anything to do.
So you guys, okay.
Plus, they better, since they're late, they better go back and catch their replay too.
I was gonna say every week we have it where they all come in the last 10 minutes, but
they need to get all that good information.
They need it. Y'all missed the treat. But the good news is that if you go to Dr. B TV, DOCTOR, the letter B as in boy, TV on YouTube or Good Faith Wellness Center.
Okay.
You can catch it. Yeah. So
somebody was asking me, could you see it outside of Facebook if they weren't on Facebook, and I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, we're no problem. Yeah, we're streaming live from Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
Oh wow.
Yeah, absolutely. TC, you got any questions? I don't know if the wife's watching too, man. Y'all, yeah, I know he loves a good. You know what? TC loves a good steak. What kind of what's your favorite steak?
Okay. You know what's crazy? It's funny that you said about steak because when I started this journey, I was so afraid to cook steak. I was afraid that nobody asked me about steak. But now It's like a breeze.
See, why is it doing that? Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me, the chef? Yeah, I don't know what's. I think it's the.
I hear some static.
Yeah, yeah, I hear it too. So I can still hear it. Can you still hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, I think we yeah, just having a lot of technical. Yeah, so she'll come on back in. We'll come on back in. So we just found out that. Yep, and then okay. So that's good news to know that that chef delivers. All right, how about that?
I hate that it started acting up right at the end.
Right at the end when your people came on. How about? Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay. Um, I don't know if that's the Lord or somebody else telling us we need to continue, we need to be here, or we need to get off here. I don't know. I don't know which one it is.
Don't do that. Don't do
Uh,
that, Mike.
I
That's
don't know.
funny. Keisha
Uh,
said you be cutting up. I'm gonna tell her she was right.
who said that now? You,
Keisha,
Keisha, who? Newell?
you remember when Keisha said that under the post?
Oh, the new. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Crazy. I
The
don't know.
one that was picking on you, telling all your business.
Oh yeah, the play. Yeah, over there two cigar. Yeah, I said, come on, man. Yeah, so two cigar. Yeah, she said we're bougie and all of that kind of stuff. Um, let's see.
Yes, yes.
Let's see. Okay, so you deliver. So that's good news. And are you taking now that the year is opened up? Are you taking new orders, and where do people go to place an order? With you.
Absolutely. I am taking new orders, and if they can go on any platform that I'm on, whether it's Facebook at Shell's Kitchen. I am Shell's Kitchen on TikTok and Instagram. There's a link in my bio on everything, and it has everything locked in under my link tree that they can go to for any type of booking. They can book a consultation, and I usually do those for free for 15 minutes because sometimes they can, how we'll get on the phone and just stay on there, so I have to limit it.
Hmm.
I limit them to the 15 minutes, and that's for if they have like any questions that might need answered that they don't, know, or they're not for sure about. But they can go to any of those platforms and find the link in my bio.
Y'all heard it right there.
I do not take orders via DM. I do not, but there is a link in my bio to go to.
I saw an update of a few days ago from you where you were telling people, look, you're not doing that, and people who are kind of canceling last minute. So does that happen? Has that been happening a lot? I say, because boy, I said you put that statement out there. I said, man, she's showing she means
You
business.
said canceling at the last minute?
Yeah, there was something you had put on it. You said no DMs, no, you put a statement out, not
Oh, that's pinned to the top of my page.
right.
Yeah, because people, I don't have a whole lot of cancellations or nothing like that. But as far as like people, because you know how sometimes they're used to you being a certain way, and so sometimes you have to get to the point to where you have to set boundaries. And
Hmm.
so people are used to just being able to go to my DM. I want this, 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 and this. Well, now I have a certain order that you have to follow, and so
Okay.
that's just me redirecting them, letting them know I no longer take orders via DM because it's too much to keep up with via DM, and so it's easier to just go to that link and book it, and it'll come straight to my email, and I check my email every day.
Okay. Okay. They said that the Lord says we're going to do things decently and in order.
That's it. It's
See?
hard though sometimes because I have some that are spoiled and they're used to, you know, because even when I put that disclaimer out there, I had a few people that know me well call me, well, that go for everybody else but me. And I'm like, no, that go for you too.
Lord, we're going to do the most.
Yes, because they are so spoiled. They are spoiled, but I absolutely love my customers. I adore my customers. I thank God for all of my customers. Um, Clients, I call them clients
Fine.
because most of the time it becomes long term. But I thank God, even if they're just seasonal, I'm still thankful for every single person I meet, every opportunity. It teaches me something, and
Hmm.
it's for my greater good as well as theirs. So I'm just thankful.
Yeah. Amen to that. One other question here. How do you feel like this ties in? How do you feel that people talk about like food is the key to happiness and is the way some people say to the way to a man's heart and all that good stuff. But do you really feel like food is truly the way internally through our body that it truly uh, weighs heavily on us, that it has a true impact on our health overall? What are your feelings on that?
It does have an impact on our health overall. And the thing is, we as black people, we that's all we know growing up. And then like the older people back in the day, it was nothing for them to cook up a meal and everybody come together. They may not have had a lot of money, but food was what brought us together. And so that's what we have learned year after year after year, and with
Hmm.
traditions. However, the way that they make food now versus 20, 50 years ago, it's
Hmm.
just not the same. It's different. And so it has a negative effect on our health and on our bodies. And I know that my heart, because I've lost weight, gained it, lost weight, gained it. My biggest issue is sweets. I love
Sweets.
sweets. Oh
Yeah.
my God. I'd be like, but I think even that comes from insulin resistance.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
yes, I do think it has a negative effect on our health. But I think if we make choices, not necessarily, it definitely has to be a lifestyle change.
Hmm.
However, you have to, even in the lifestyle change, you have to be realistic, and you have to find things that you're going to stick to. Otherwise, it's just going to be another fad diet. You're going to start it and stop it, and start it and stop it. But you really have, it's just like exercising. You have to make exercising a part of your daily routine. I had literally, I'm not going to say I have not been to the gym since 2020, but I slacked off after 2020 when the
Yeah.
pandemic came, and I haven't started back like I need to. So,
Yeah. Absolutely.
yes, yes,
I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
yes.
Um,
So that can, that can be a lot. And so it's just like the exercise, the meal planning, all of that plays a significant part. And another thing that we have to do. I'm sorry about that. Another thing that we have to do is we have to not only make conscious decision about what we put in our body, but we
Hmm.
have to know that the our diet and working out, it goes hand in hand. Because
Yeah.
sometimes we'll do one or the other, either work out and don't eat right, or either eat right and don't work out. And I think it
Mhm.
needs to be a balance. It's kind of like
And
with anything
and
else. There needs to be a balance,
yeah.
And food is it needs to be eaten in moderation. Shell, I'm talking to you.
There we go. That's a great point you brought out because a
I
lot of
see
people.
myself. I'm talking to you, girl.
You talking, yes, that's right. I talk to myself too, because a lot of us think that, well, if I'm just going to Planet Fitness and I'm toughing it out 3 4 days and sweating all over the place, but then if you go and do eat 1,500 calories in one sitting and 1,500 again, you've kind of undone all the hard work that you just did. I think we lost you. So that's definitely my goal this year. Getting up. I'm with you, Wild Royale. I am with you. Uh, well, let's see. Okay, she. Okay, all right. Can you hear us?
I can.
Okay. Well, look, let's go ahead and I would love for you to close it out, telling everyone once again, who you are, where they can find you, whether you're taking on new clients or not, and any any events that you're going to be doing, or anything that you want everyone to know about Shell's Kitchen.
So I am Chef Shelly Shell of Shell's Kitchen. I'm a private chef. I do in-home catering as well as so like just take for instance, if you and your spouse just want to do a date night and you want me to come into your home and set up and cook and serve you guys, I offer that. I offer catering services for all types of gatherings, parties, weddings, all of that. Now currently, due to my circumstances, I'm only doing up to 100 people, and that's because I don't have the adequate help that I need. So I'm trying not to go over 100, but I do have people that I can refer you to, that does the larger parties. But you can find me on any social media platform. On Facebook, I am Shelly Shell, or you can find me on Shell's Kitchen on Facebook. Instagram and TikTok, I am Shell's Kitchen. That's IAMCHELLES Kitchen on TikTok and Instagram. Also, Kalisha says hire me.
Yeah,
You know I will, because you a lot. We're not going to. That
go
girl
there
is.
with her. Yeah,
She's one of them people that you need in your corner. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna be real with you. She's one of those people that you need in your corner. But you can find
that's a
me on
blessing.
any of those platforms. Um, if you want to do meal preps, I offer those as well. I have Valentine's Day orders that's going to be coming up, so I'm going to release that menu sometimes around the 15th. It'll be for singles or couples, because you do have people that are still single that want to treat themselves or treat a loved one like their mom or their dad or whatever for Valentine's Day. So I have that coming up or whatever. And so that's that.
Well, look, Michelle, I think this has been amazing. And if you can, to hang on, I'm going to do my closing. And if you'll just hang on for just a few minutes after, so we can just wrap. We do this every week. And just so we can wrap with you for a few, if that's okay with you.
Okay.
Awesome. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another Telehealth Tuesday episode. And we want to just thank Chef Michelle Harris. Again, give it to her so much. Even more proud. I guess they really love you.
Huh?
I said they really love you. Even more applause.
Oh, see there.
Yeah. So look, thanks so much, and for all the new viewers, thank y'all for joining us. So we had Wild Royale, we had a couple other names that I hadn't seen before. So look, we're here each and every Tuesday. This is Telehealth Tuesday, and look, next time we're glad you're here, but don't hold it to you for yourself. Bring a friend with you. We're always going to have amazing guests, amazing content. Next week we're going higher and higher, and for 2026. We are going to be here with an amazing pastor, and that's all I'm going to say for now, because I want to make sure that he confirms, because we've had to move him a couple times. He had to have watch night service. So make sure you're here 7:00 p.m. sharp each and every Tuesday, God willing. We're here, and we love the audience participation on YouTube, on Dr. B TV. Make sure to share, tag, like, and subscribe. And also, if you don't have a primary care doctor, well, you do now. Come to Good Faith Wellness Center. If you don't have insurance, that's not an issue either. We have a program for that. It's not actual medical insurance, but for $99 a month, you can come for unlimited visits. $99 a month per person. So, and also, finally, if you have a story, testimony, if you want to be a guest or have someone who'd be an amazing guest on here as well, don't hesitate to drop us a line, DM, or email us. Let us know. God willing, we'll see you next week, Tuesday. This is the place where we treat and discuss mind, body, and soul. And remember, as always, that true wealth begins with good health. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt. Come join us at our newest clinic location at Good Faith Wellness Center. We provide compassionate health care for your entire family, from virtual visits to office appointments. We're committed to providing the best care. We accept all insurances, and we provide monthly wellness plans. Let's start your family journey to a healthier, happier life. Schedule your appointment today, and remember, true wealth begins with good health.